Hello again. It's about time we put some graphics onto our buttons in our key fob design. I'm going to show you an example on how we can engrave some graphics onto a button. Obviously, there are a number of different ways of doing it. One being adding a texture in the rendering, for instance. But this is the real deal where we actually carve out the graphics. So let me show you what I had in mind here. If we turn on, not the curves, but the canvas, we can see if we bring the transparency down that there is some graphics printed onto these buttons. We are going to take it one step further and actually engrave it into the surfaces. So if we go to the top view, have a look. That's upside down. That's not very great. Go back here and kind of set it to the view we want. Something like that. Oh, it's still upside down. How about now? Okay. So I prepared some curves for this locking or unlocking symbol that we can see right here. So I'm going to turn on the curves and show you what I got. So I traced that contour with some curves, and you all about that by now. Please also notice that I've used curve fillet to round off all the corners in this sketch that I have. It makes it a whole lot easier to round the edges off once we've began surfacing. Now, in order to do this, I'm going to need the other side of my key fob present as well. So we can turn off the canvas. As it is now, I only have half of it, right? So I'm going to start with making sure all the surfaces are in the same layer, which is surf. So assign objects. We can turn off the curves for now. And we need to create this symmetric geometry on the other side of this symmetry plane. So let's do that. We turn on symmetry in the layer, like so. But as you can see now, all the geometry is dashed. It's not real geometry. So we need to take that one step further and go to symmetry plane and then create symmetric geometry. And once we've done that, we've actually created real surfaces that can be played around with, trimmed, and so on. And that we want to project our curves onto, I can't remember, was it these two buttons? So turn on the canvas again. Yeah, it's right up here. And also the curves. So here is the plan. I'm going to project these curves up onto my button surfaces right here, right up here. Once I've done that, I'm going to trim those surfaces with the curves on surfaces I have, then offset the button slightly downwards and create the walls around the symbol here. So let's do that. So I'm going to turn off the canvas again and pick these two surfaces that I'm working with. And then go project, make sure I'm projecting in the Z direction. We can see the coordinate system right down here in the left corner. So I want to go in the Z direction, make sure that's checked. And once that's done, we go ahead and pick all of these curves like so, and then hit project. What that gives me now is a bunch of curves on surface, some belonging to this surface on this side and some belonging to this surface on this side. We can now, excuse me, go ahead and trim these two surfaces. So let's do that. We turn off the curves layer. We don't need them anymore. So I'm going to trim this surface right here and make sure I keep this area and this area surrounding it, something like that. See what that got us. Pick surface, let's put some color onto it. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Let's do the same thing with the other side. So I go trim, pick that one. I want to keep this area and also this area plus this area right here and trim away the rest. So let's keep that and make sure we got it right. So put some color onto that one. All right. This is our outline for the graphics. Now we want to go down into the material. So I'm going to make an offset of these two surfaces. So I pick my surfaces, pick surface, that one and that one, and go Object Edit, Offset, like so, and we get an arrow pointing upwards. We want to go down into the material, not more than, I'd say, 2/10 of a millimeter, meaning 2 in our scale. So let's do that and go offset. Now, the beauty when offsetting trimmed surfaces, in this case, the beauty, is that it keeps the trimming, and that's exactly what we want, because if we look at this offset surface that we have right there and there, it has the correct trimming curves. Only problem now is that it's inverted. We want to keep this gray area for the offset surface. That can also be done. So if we go untrim and the last operation on this surface, we get curves on surface. Let me show you. It is a completely green surface, but we have our trimming curves present here. So I'm going to trim it now. So I go trim and keep this area right here plus this area right here. See what that got us. So pick surface. Yeah. So that's our bottom of the engraving. So let's do the same thing on the other side. So I go trim, pick the lower, no, we need to untrim it, sorry. Untrim, pick the offsetted surface like so. So we get our curves on surface back, and then we can trim it and then keep this area. And that's the only area we need to keep, right? Have a look at that one. Big surface, and it looks like that. So this is the bottom of the graphics. Now, all we need to do now is to create the standing walls between these two. See if I can illustrate that. Yeah, I think so. So we need to fill these gray holes here with skin surfaces. I'm going to show you a couple and then pause the recording. You don't want to watch me doing that for 10 minutes or what it takes. So we go surface, skin, and start flicking around. So that one with that one, no crowning or anything. We could turn off continuity check. Um, Next, that one and that one. Next, that one and that one. Next, that one and that one. See, you're getting tired already. I'm going to pause this now. All right, and here we are with our engraved graphics. I'll show you what it looks like. It looks something like this. Now, normally you would probably leave it like this, but since you are going to render your geometries, it's a great benefit to add around to these sharp edges, even though it's going to be so tiny. Um, it's a lot better to add around here. So I'm going to do that and see if we manage. So I go surfaces, round, and I picked a tiny little radius right here to see if it works. So I'm going to start by pick edges and click my way around the top area here. All the way around, even on the other surface. So there, that one, this one, in the corner, that one, these, and finally these ones. And we go build and see what that does. Well, it certainly built something, or it's building something. So let's go pick nothing, see what that looks like. Oh, it looks all right, doesn't it? Except for, I think maybe this area here. No, it looks perfectly fine too. So let's have a look. There we go. Now you can see that there is a highlight around this edge. If I follow the model, which makes it a lot easier to see the contour of our graphics. You don't need to do it in the bottom, but well, if you want to, you can. But especially the top surface benefits from adding a highlight here. This edge here remains as well, but I don't think I need to show you that one. So that concludes this episode. Thanks for watching.